Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
back to the Staytiny Zone podcast.
Whoop whoop.
In today's episode, we are just kind of going to be like hitting on the points of the differences between like Korean fans and international fans.
Specifically K-pop, if you're for some reason new and listening to the seventh episode.
Seventh, eighth, you know what? We're having so much fun that who's even counting?
I am, because I upload this stuff. I'm counting. You might not be. I am.
I'm just here for along the ride, dude.
You're just here, you're just vibing.
I'm vibing, seriously.
Yeah, we're just points. We're not gonna go too much into it, just like little basics of like Korean K-pop fans and international K-pop fans. So
Yeah.
Luna, you're doing Korean fans, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Do you want to start us off?
Yeah. Mine isn't like my point is like Korean fans, they get like a lot of exclusive content that international fans don't. Like for instance, the new Samsung like Z Flip just came out, the Z Flip and the Z Fold, and they like Stray Kids partnered up with a company called LSBL Studios or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, and they're Samsung ambassadors as well, and they actually have like made just for Korean fans like you know um special cases that go on these new phones,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that is not available over for like international fans. It's mostly for like just the Koreans,
Yeah.
because Samsung is obviously based over there. Samsung is made in South Korea. But yeah, that's because I remember, before BTS went to the military, um, that when they were Samsung ambassadors, they still are, but like obviously some of them are in the military right now. Um, but Blackpink had like literally was strictly like Blackpink. I think even BTS strictly had a phone that was just
Mm-hmm.
strictly like
Yeah, they did.
BTS. Even like BTS themed headphones, Blackpink themed headphones, like they get very exclusive content that international fans don't.
I will say though, the headphones, I don't remember quite if the phone was, but the headphones were available in the US because I had thought about buying them. I didn't actually get them, but I was able to if I had wanted to.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, because I was looking for them and I couldn't find anything. I only found it like if I went through a certain website that
Hmm.
ships Korean, exclusive products to the US.
Hmm. I think because wasn't it Samsung?
Yeah,
I think I just looked on Samsung and it was there, and I thought about buying it and I just never did.
yeah,
I don't know, maybe I had it right when it had came out. I don't quite remember, so
yeah. But I do remember like Blackpink having a phone that was just strictly like released over in like Korea overseas. So
mhm.
that's one of my main points.
Well, I mean, my point kind of go off of that. Like you're saying, they mainly get all the special stuff and like all that. I mean, international fans, I like, they don't ever get to see idols a whole lot, you know,
Mm-mm.
because all the concerts are mainly in Korea. They're mainly all the fan signs, all the literally anything. I mean, Korean fans can see their idol on the street. They can see them at a convenience store. They can see them at a restaurant, really wherever. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and international fans don't. They mainly see them like during concerts or any type of like Korean event that their favorite group or idol happen to be at. Like they don't just happen to see them on the street. But it's also like those events are like one in a fucking million. Like where you and I are both located at, I feel like no group ever goes to. And if they do come anywhere in the US, it's mainly like California, Texas, New York, like it's those main
Chicago.
ones, Chicago, it's those main ones. And so all the other states and all the other international fans either have to not go or spend a shit ton of money to get there and then a shit ton of money for the tickets to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like
I
that's a big
think,
disadvantage, I feel like.
yeah, like I remember one they're kind of popular sort of card where they're
Yes.
both male and female.
Hmm.
They had a concert actually in my state, which was
Rare.
surprisingly
Yeah.
and another group as well called One Us.
Want us? Yeah.
Yeah, and them, but other than that, like if they some idol groups do come to states like this or whatever, they're not like super well known. Like they're well
Yeah.
known, but not like Stray Kids level or BTS twice, not
Yeah.
that type of level.
And even if like BTS or Twice comes down, like I looked at tickets one time for a BTS concert way back when they were still touring and everything, and just like the amount for even like a faraway seat, I was like, what the fuck?
When I saw BTS in Vegas last year at, I'm pretty sure it was Allegiant Stadium is what it was called.
Hmm.
It just I was nosebleed far away and I still paid at least like 200.
See, that's just outrageous to me. I don't know, like I understand they're popular, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's just crazy to me how expensive it can be.
It's like, I get it that they're, based in Korea and like have to give the Koreans
Hmm.
fans like a little bit more because basically without the Korean fans, they wouldn't be, popular over here.
But yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like they should give the international fans just like a little bit more.
And like I'm not bashing them for or like
God no.
being annoyed that like they give like, Korean fans more attention and more stuff, but it's like it's their home place, like it's their home country, everything. It's like if an American, artist here, had fans in Korea, you know? It's that same exact thing just swapped. And so
Yeah.
it's like there's people out there that get really annoyed that, they don't give enough attention to international fans and everything. And it's like, but it like that you shouldn't be annoyed because if you think about it in the way that if they were an American artist, you wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah.
So it's so controversial, and I think like I agree that they like because just me personally as an international fan, I want there to be more stuff for me, more things available and optional for me, but I'm not gonna like be so upset by it because they're giving more attention to Korean fans because
Yeah.
that's their home
It's
place.
it's it's something that you really can't be mad. Like, yeah, you can
No.
be annoyed and frustrated, but it's something that you just can't be mad at.
Yeah. And even if you are mad, I mean, like it lasts for like fucking 5 minutes, and then you're like, well, this was dumb. Why was I mad at that? But I mean, that was kind of my point. It went off.
Another topic. Ah. I lost my place. Is that Korean fans love the like cute
Aegyo.
um yeah, they love that.
Mm-hmm.
I have noticed that so much is that especially the female ones, like they really, really
Well,
love it.
to piggyback off of your point, they want all the cute stuff, but like international fans, American fans, or whatever, they ask like the more, I guess, intensive type questions, like things that I don't know, maybe are not as important, or obviously maybe more important, like talking about their like fashion inspiration or talking about like who inspires them the most to make music, like those more, I feel like maybe more personal questions to get to know
Mm-hmm.
them. Whereas like Korean fans are just like, oh, do something cute. Oh, be sexy for me. And it's like, that's not what it's all about though. Like obviously they're all good looking people and they're all amazing in their own way, but it's like ask them a few questions. Just get them
Well,
to know them a little bit.
most definitely. And that's what I have noticed like watching like interviews and stuff like that, like when
Mm-hmm.
they're like in Korean in Korea. Korean ain't a country. Um in Korea is like anytime like they do like fan sign or like anything just like television wise,
Mm-hmm.
they do like, ending fairies, like very cute expressions, and everybody just goes like absolutely berserk.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like them too. But that's just me. Like there's photos of like Young like at like fan signs where he's got like the fucking like fox ears or bunny ears and like the little gloves and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I have those photos saved on my phone.
I mean,
Okay.
everybody does because they're cute, but I just feel like there's more to an idol
Oh yeah, 100%.
than just, oh, can you be a flower? Be a flower.
And you go, oh.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. What's another point you got?
There, what I have noticed as well is that um Korean fans are a lot more like once they will literally like only stand one group. Like you can find like small percentages. Like I think there was like percentages like 75% of them are only like one group, like
Hmm.
just stands one group. And then obviously the other percentage is um multi stands like international fans are, but Koreans, they just kind of really stick to like one group.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I've been on both receiving ends. When I first started with K-pop, like I said in the first episode, I stood a lot of groups. I stand a lot of groups. But then when I took the break and I got back into it, it's really only strictly been ATs. Like I listen to other groups like every once in a while. Like when I play like Beat Saber on the Quest 2, I have custom songs on it and I don't strictly just do AT songs. I do like BTS, I do NCT, like other ones, you know?
Hmm.
So I listen to them and I'm like, they're cool, but I do understand the point of just standing one group and wanting to dedicate not your whole life, but a good majority of your life to them because that's how I feel in this moment. But the only reason I do that is because it helps with my mental health, honestly, having this fixation of something. So that's the only reason I really do it. Plus, I am obsessed with their music. So that's just my reasoning. But I
Same.
understand both points of views.
Well, a lot of them. is like you stan one group I have noticed is that Koreans they like kind of like the Korean fans they kind of came out and was like, "Oh, like we stan one group, but we're kind of casual listeners of the others."
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's just a lot of people is like you either going to get like the one fan that has their one group that they like and just casually listens to everybody else, or you're going to find that one fan that knows every member to 17 and every member to all the different subunits of NCT because damn, there's so many.
Um, you're kind of you're kind of hitting home for me because that was me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying
Yeah.
is like that's one of the differences that I've noticed as well.
Well, I mean, there's also I kind of said my little point into that, but I kind of want to say just like a different type of point. Uh, now I'm not saying I condone shipping members because I don't, okay? There are obviously, you know, members of groups that are closer, and so people grab onto that. Like Woosan, which is Wooyoung and San, they are best friends. And I will say there are parts where I'm like, I can no longer defend you because what the fuck are you doing? Why are you acting like that? But I don't ship them, okay? I know that they are best
Mhm.
friends and they're like soulmates for life, basically. But one thing I noticed, which I don't know if this is a point for you, but Korean fans really only ship between like same group members. So like
Yes.
they would do like, Hyunjin and Felix or, Jungho and Yosang, that same kind of thing. But I guess apparently international fans just ship random idols, which I didn't know that. I had always kind of
Yeah.
saw people do like same group members. I didn't
Mm-mm.
particularly know that international fans did it between random members, which that's kind of weird for me because then it's like, I don't know, like, do they even
Tou-
know each other in real life? Like, it's just kind of weird for me. Shipping's just
touching
weird in general.
yeah, like touching on yours like thing, I have noticed um like the fan fiction sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
like Jungkook and Lisa. What was another big one? Jungkook and Lisa from Blackpink. That was like one of the big ones. I remember seeing like I think Nyan and Jungkook.
I mean, just someone in Jungkook, right? Like,
Yeah, but like it was very hard to just picture it.
it's just weird to me. Like, I didn't know that until I did the research I've done, and I was like, oh, because like if
But
sorry, you go.
well, it's touching on this because like the thing is that Korean fans do not like it when idols are kind of dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like if sorry, I had to sneeze, y'all. But like I remember seeing oh god, Jisoo from Blackpink. I think she just came out and recently said that she was dating somebody. They they were kind of okay with it, kind of not. And
Well,
like when Jenny and Kai from Monster X were dating, oh, they absolutely hated that. Like people were unstanding Jenny and Blackpink. People were unstanding Kai and Monster X. Like,
Hi from EXO, you mean?
yeah, I don't.
I know.
They're not my group to stand, but it this happened a long ago. Yeah, it was.
Well, it's because Korean fans really they think a lot of idols are there to date them and to be in their life. And so that's also a lot of the reasons why, you know, idols say a lot of like I love yous to them and stuff and talk about
Mm-hmm.
some of them say like they're their boyfriend or girlfriend to the fans, and that's just kind of weird to me. Like I understand the dynamic because I do think idols understand how Korean fans act and why they act that way. So I do understand they're like, doing it for them, but it's at the same time like it's weird. Like they shouldn't feed into it like that. But that is, I mean, the main reason is because they think that they're there to date them, really.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of like companies have kind of like no dating rules.
Hmm.
Like you cannot date.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like a lot of companies have, like, I remember used to read like BTS had like um a no dating rule. Like their staff had to be married and
Hmm.
above a certain age because they did not want like any controversy at all. And I was just like, damn, like y'all really that serious? Man.
I I've got really only one big point left that I'd want to talk about,
Hmm.
and that is that international fans are harsh. They are very, very harsh. And there's one thing in particular that I want to give an example of, and that is Son getting death threats. I could be wrong. It could be Korean fans and international, but I had mainly noticed it from international fans. And it happened on his birthday live too. So, granted, it was this man's birthday, and he was getting death threats from people because, I mean, there were so many things. I think one of them was also from something he did a while ago. I don't quite remember what it was, but I mean, he's apologized for it. He has grown from it. He knows he's made the mistake and everything. He's profusely apologized, and there's still people sending him, you know, death threats and stuff. And it's also because, like, a lot of people are like, well, he's an attention seeker. He, getting hate from coming in between Yosong and Uyung's friendship and stuff, and his stage presence for being a good dancer. People who didn't like ATs or just K-pop in general would call his really good, you know, amazing dancing seizures because of how he acted. But it's like you're sending this man death threats on his birthday. Like, how can you be so disrespectful for someone that, for one, you don't even know, and like two, just why do that in general? And like, I understand, it's easy to do that when you're behind a screen and it's just
This,
you. But it's like, come on. Like, at that point, to me, it's got to be because he's Korean and because he's not an American. And so it's just a bunch of racist ass people who are just sending him death threats for no goddamn reason.
yeah,
That's my spiel.
it reminds me of this. Honestly makes me cry just thinking about it. But I remember when BTS like first debuted, everybody else would be getting fan letters and things like that. And Osaka would be the only one not to get any. And it was because they didn't find him attractive, even though he's an amazing rapper and singer and dancer. But like they just didn't like him, and Korean fans sent him so much hate. Like he literally was going to quit, but if it wasn't for Jungkook, he would have left the band. And I remember when he started actually getting like love and things like that. I remember it was in concert. It was in Chicago, and he had his solo stage, and he was singing Just Dance, I believe.
Hmm.
And in this part, like everybody was screaming J Hope, and he could hear them over his ear monitors. And he literally took them out and heard people chanting his name. And he was so shocked. And seeing that in person, just somebody that you love, just being in shock because he's actually getting love. It just completely broke my heart because he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve the hate. He couldn't help it. And I just I just don't understand.
It's cruel, is what it is. It's just downright cruel. And
Like,
I'm not saying it's only restricted to international fans that do it because I know both international and Korean fans do it. I
God,
just
yeah.
tend to notice more international fans doing it.
Oh,
So,
yeah. But yeah. And that's like one of the like main memories that I had because I remember like every, like log that they would do, they would be handing out fan letters, and
mhm.
Hosak would it never get any in his box, and he would go on to his vlog or whatever and talk about it, and he was so upset. And it got to the point like where like Jimin was like writing in different handwritings, making up fan stuff just to give to him to make him feel wanted.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to cry. It's just
it's okay.
that just really broke my heart because these idols struggle a lot with mental health, and so many have just taken their own lives because their mental health is so bad.
But we don't have to get into that.
God no.
That's
But
all the real points I had. I don't know if you had any more.
hell no. I don't.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, because there's not, like, honestly, there's not that many, really big differences. It's just, you know, just, Koreans just tend to, have a little bit more
Hmm.
than international fans.
Well, that's all I got.
So I got to,
We'll see everyone in the next episode.
yep. The next episode will be like, and, be more lighthearted. But, dealing with K-pop, you do have to get into the dark world of it too, unfortunately.
Which there's much darker stuff than what we even talked about today. So
Yep. But we're gonna tend to try and keep this podcast, very light and friendly and things like that.
we'll get back into the friendly stuff next episode. Last couple episodes have been either very inappropriate or just sad. So
Yep. Just
we'll
like
we'll try to
my
get more
mental
into the
health.
fun stuff. Yeah, we'll try to get more into the fun stuff.
Alrighty. I've been Luna.
I've been Kenobi.
Love y'all.
See you next time. Toodles.